What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and I'm filming this on Sunday, but this will probably be our Monday video, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I did see a snake laying eggs earlier today, so I'm assuming we're going to get a clutch of ball python eggs. Just when you think the season's over, it ain't over. I got news for you: the ball python season never ends. That's the newest thing. We have boa seasons, we have carpet python seasons, olive python seasons, but ball pythons never stop. So it seems. All right, we're gonna take a look at that clutch. We're gonna look at some blue line boas. I pulled out a pair for a very good client of mine who wants to pick up a pair. I haven't really decided which I'm selling, but I pulled one pair out, so I'm gonna show you those. And you never know what else I might show you. Actually, I did see a pair of boas, actually, believe it or not, breeding the other day. So I'll show you that too. It's amazing to me when I see boas just breeding off season, because usually, they like to breed during the winter months and they like to, have babies during the summer. But sometimes they start early. You never know. You never can tell. That's why people who use ultrasounds would say it's always great to use an ultrasound, because you can see what the size of the follicle of the female is. And then if they have big follicles, you can put a male in with them. I have an ultrasound machine, but I'm very lazy about using it. I think I might start using it a little bit more this year to try to figure out when the best time to put males in. So I won't be using my males all year long, which is a waste. So that's something we can look at over this coming season, and we'll talk about that. We also have some snakes coming in from my friend Kevin McCurley at Nerd this coming week. So that's gonna be exciting. I get to show you those. And you never know what else might show up. So stay tuned. Let's take a look and see what we got. The wonders of wildlife here in Cape Coral, Florida. A little bunny rabbit coming out after a nice rain, munching on some poisonous mushrooms. No, just kidding. Probably going to steal my mangoes from my mango tree right there, more than likely. How cute is that little guy? I love having wildlife in the backyard. Let's even go across the street, across the canal there. You can see got some pygmy goats. Peacock right there, I just popped into the frame. We got alligators in the water. And across there is it's my vet, actually. Dr. Kroll lives over there. Although he always pretends he doesn't know he lives across the street of the canal from me. I don't blame him. I probably wouldn't admit it either. No, just kidding. Look at that. What a peaceful. Right after it rains, it's always so peaceful. All the peacocks come out to eat the worms that come up to the surface. And, all right, we're gonna go into the snake room. Let's take a look. We're in the middle of July, and we could look at this. Still got boa breeding action, or at least boa breeding behavior. This is a lavender sharp albino I got from Doug Matusik, and being bred by a fire head sharp. Pretty cool. July to have this. You never know, these snakes will surprise you every single time. There's no rules. Usually my boas all cycle together, but you know what? I saw action. I just never took the male out, and now all of a sudden they decided they're breeding in July. It's crazy when you think about it, but that's what happens. I don't want to disturb them too much, but they're definitely loving on each other. I wanted to show you something. This female, which is a double het Costa RIcan T-positive and Leopard, so it's double het. She's coming up looking for food now. We're gonna come back. The reason she's looking for food is because she just had a litter a couple days ago. Now, Pablo's the one who discovered it. I'm gonna try to get her back in her cage here a little bit. She's hungry. And we didn't know she had a litter because it was under that box. And it was in there. It had to be at least a couple days. And the reason we didn't know is because these dwarf boas had very little goo in there when they deliver. We could not tell. There was not a single stain on this paper here anywhere suggesting that she had a litter. If Pablo hadn't lifted up that box, and because just for the hell of it, we would have never known that this girl gave birth. Amazingly enough. Whoa. See? She's hungry. She wasn't leaving that box though. She was protecting those babies. She was sitting on them like a velociraptor on her eggs. And the babies were under there. I'm going to show you the babies in a minute. It wasn't the greatest clutch, or it wasn't the greatest litter, but she did indeed deliver. So here's the litter of Boas she had. And once again, dwarf Boas, and the Costa Ricans and Leopards are dwarf Boas for sure. Maybe not the smallest of the dwarfs like the Hondurans are, but they're dwarf Boas. They have big babies, obviously, like big babies, well developed, so they don't look like they can't even, they're not gonna live a day or so. They look very well developed, they look ready to go, and they're not huge litters, although this one, we had about 12 babies. There was a couple slugs, and the leopard, the visual leopards, the two visual leopards, one was dead and one was kinked, which shortly died after that. So unfortunately, we didn't hit really anything too exotic. I was hoping to hit the leopard T positive double. Doesn't look like we did that. We do have a lot of het leopard stuff here. You can see this guy is definitely not normal here. Remember, there's no motleys in here. This guy looks looks a little leopardish. This is probably het leopard, 100%. Remember, all these are going to be 66% het leopard and het Costa Rican T positive because both parents were hets. So we're not going to really know. They're going to be possibles, but you can see visually these guys do not look normal for sure. And they're dark. They got to shed, obviously. Once they shed out, we'll know better exactly what we're looking at. But the darker ones definitely going to be the leopard, or the het leopards. You can see what's going on. This guy almost looks visual leopard to me, but it's not. But like I said, that's why leopard really should not be considered a recessive gene morph. It should really be incomplete dominant because you could definitely tell the het leopards in the het form. These guys just want to bite my hands off, huh? This guy's pretty light. You know this. I don't know. Maybe this is a T positive. I'll have to see when this guy sheds because there's no hypo in here at all. This one's kind of light. We might have hit it. It would make sense that we hit a couple T positives. I mean, this potentially could be a T positive. I don't know. Not really. I don't really see any T positives here. But like I said, we'll wait till these guys shed and we'll see what's going on. So, surprise litter. It wasn't surprising. I mean, I knew she was going to have him. She surprised us because she delivered him so quietly with no goo. She kept him underneath her. There was no like little placentas or anything laying around. Everything was very neat and clean. We got some nice babies. All right. I've been cleaning cages today, and I found a clutch of eggs. We're going to take a look at it in a second. This is from a lemon blast. That's also just fancy jargon for a pastel pinstripe. This is also disco. And disco is one of those genes that lightens stuff up. It's allelic to fire and vanilla, and disco and fire together make Disco Inferno. And we made last year the very first Disco Inferno clown. At least I made my first Disco Inferno clown, which looked amazing. This year we're going to try to step it up one level, and it looks like this girl did a good job. Those eggs look pretty good. We're bumping her up to a high intensity orange dream pastel fire clown. So we could produce some high intensity orange dream Disco Inferno clowns, which would be insane if we could do that. And once again, you get the fire from the father, the disco from the mama, and let's face it, it's a 50% chance with each one. So we're not going to hit 1 million of these things probably, but if we do, and we also hit clown because she's only het clown, the father's a visual clown, we can hit that Disco Inferno high intensity orange dream clown. So there's a lot of odds have to line up here, but I don't know how many eggs she's got there. It looks like she's got a pretty decent clutch, so we're going to pull these out and see how she's doing. All right, I wanted to show you our father. He's a beautiful boy. I picked him up as an adult. the worst eater of all time. He's maybe eaten maybe 3 times since I've had him in the last 8 months. He's very thin. He did breed for me, but not happy with the fact that he's not eating. Sometimes, you know, when you buy snakes from other people, they're basically selling you their problem child, so to speak. And beautiful snake, high intensity orange dream, pastel fire clown. Nice snake, he just does not want to eat. Originally he was eating some African soft furs, now he's not really eating anything, but I don't know what his problem is. But he did do a good job on this clutch. Hopefully we got some nice embryos in there that are ready to incubate and produce some nice babies for us. So he's not cooperating. High intensity orange dream clowns are awesome. I can't have enough of them in my collection. That's why I picked up a few myself. I've produced some myself, but they're gonna be, I think that's gonna be next level clown stuff. Everyone's gonna want high intensity orange dream in their clowns, and it's just gonna be the way it's gonna be. All right, nice clutch of eggs we got here. This is 8 eggs. They all had embryos. They were kind of turned in weird positions and they were all stuck together, but I unglued them. I took them, pulled them apart very gently, teased them apart. I don't have my cameraman here, so I had to do it myself. And they all look to be good. So we got them in my dragon hatch trays here, and we're gonna put them in the incubator, and in 60 days, we'll find out. It's good that we have a big clutch because we have a better chance of hitting, you know, the odds that we're looking for. So let's take a look and see what an actual Disco Inferno clown looks like, in case you guys haven't seen it. All right, here's a snake we produced last year. This is a Disco Inferno. That's Disco Fire, Orange Dream, Spider, Clown. So we had a lot more last year because the father last year was a Spider Fire Orange Dream Clown. So we had a different outcome. So we got some spider in here. We got a lot of white in there, which has to do a lot with the Disco Inferno and the spider probably interacting with each other. It almost looks pied. Awesome looking snake. Obviously this was my holdback because I've been trying to hit this for so long. And beautiful, beautiful. So this year we're gonna try to hit this minus the spider with high intensity orange dream instead. So it should look significantly different. And whether it's better or not, we'll have to find out. But here it is, pretty cool. All right, I'm putting together a nice pair of my blue line sun glows for a interested client. And this is the female I picked out. Really nice, really blue looking female. I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but lots of blues in there. Very saturated, beautiful head. Very pronounced tail. I think one of the best ones. Here's a really beautiful male, blue line. Very saturated, another potential customer of mine. Trying to put together a pair for him, best possible. Look at the tail, look at how beautiful that tail is, but there's a lot of blue saturation, if you can see that, throughout his body. And these snakes are getting better and better. Didn't really want to sell them this quickly. I really wanted to kind of hold them a little longer, but a lot of people have been asking, they want them, and you know, can't hold everything forever, so. Beautiful, look at this. Such amazing saturation on these. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Hopefully you're having a great Monday and you have a great week planned. I know this is the kind of the vacation time of year for a lot of people where they're just not really, you know, working, they're off, the kids are off from school, people are going on vacation at the end of August, and then, you know, getting ready for the new year. Here in Florida, school starts really early. The kids start school in August, whereas when I was in New York, it didn't start till September. So I guess here, the kids will be starting up pretty soon, which is good because that gives me more time to go to the gym during the day and get more done when the kids are in school. But my kids are in school anyway because they're young, so they go to preschool and then little camp, whatever they, you know, do water day at camp. I don't know what it is. But when I was in school as a kid, my parents always sent us to camp every year, day camp. We didn't go to sleepaway camp. We went to day camp. And I didn't even know that camp, I thought that camp was part of school. I thought everyone went to camp. Little did I know that most kids they stayed home during the summer. My parents wanted us out of the house, but it was actually good because we did sports and all kinds of crazy stuff. Matter of fact, I went to this one camp where they had fishing and boating. It was a big, huge pond, and they had stocked it with goldfish. And the camp was around for 25 years. The fish were enormous. And they had this one huge white goldfish. It was like 3 feet long. The thing was enormous. They called it Moby Dick. And I went to that camp for 3 years. And on my 3rd year, on the last day that I was there, I caught Moby Dick. No one had ever caught him. And because they would give you these bent like pins, they didn't use real fish hooks. But even with a real fish hook, this fish was so big, he would just rip the rods, because we weren't really using fishing rods. It was basically like a piece of wood with a string on the end of it. And if you caught the fish, you could bring it home. And I used to bring home fish. I used to sell them to the local store. But Moby Dick was the fish that everyone wanted to catch. And I was obsessed with I was like Captain Ahab from the novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville. And I was obsessed with Moby Dick. And finally, after 3 years, my last year at that camp, because I was getting, I was in my teens at that point, I caught Moby Dick. I have to go see if I can find a picture of that. I think I have a Polaroid somewhere of that fish, but it was huge. It was absolutely enormous, and I felt like I had won the lottery ticket to catching Moby Dick. I was like the big man at the camp after that. Everyone was talking about how David Palumbo caught the biggest fish in the pond. So, all right, that's my story for today. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoy all these videos we're doing about all these snakes and everything we're doing here at the facility. So if you are, show the love, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.